Welcome to our tutorial on using AFBA and 5-Star's Group Invoicing and Reconciliation System. This system is intended to help you, the administrator, generate and print monthly invoices for your groups. The first few slides will cover that information, and after, we'll show you additional system functionality. On the first of each month, you'll be notified that your group invoices are ready to be printed. You will receive an email from AFBA Customer Support that also includes a link to download the training material for your reference. When you receive the email, log into your Salesforce Agent portal using your username and password. The new enhancements to the system will make it easier than ever to generate invoices. We have redesigned the layout to improve navigation. You can sort, search, and filter by simply clicking on a column. We have added a new summary view for recent invoices and the ability to edit with a single click for recent unprocessed invoices. And last but not least, made the whole system faster. Once you have logged into Salesforce, click on the Invoices tab. On this screen, you can click on the Refresh button to display the latest list of invoices and corresponding information. Click on New Invoice to generate a new invoice. Sort on any column by double-clicking on the column name. You are now on the new invoice page. Click on the Group ID drop-down and select the group for which you want to generate and print the invoice. The corresponding policies will appear on the screen. You are looking at the invoice details for the group ID selected, and you will notice the group ID and number of policies associated with the group, the invoice number along with current status. Each invoice has a unique number, and the status shows as new invoice if the invoice has not been saved yet. Status is changed to pending once the invoice is saved. Once payment is processed, the status changes to processed. At any given time, you can only have one pending invoice for a group. In the summary box, you can verify the policy count and the total balance due. You can sort any column by double-clicking on that column. You can also filter by hovering the mouse over the column and clicking on the drop-down box when visible. If your group has more than 20 policies, use the navigation bar to browse. By default, the screen shows all policies associated with the group, regardless of status. In the Details section, you can make changes to your invoice before saving and printing. Here are some common actions. To exclude a policy from the invoice, uncheck the box. By default, all active and pending policies are selected. To change the amount you want to pay for a specific policy, enter the dollar amount in the Amount to Pay box. You can also add a policy, reinstate, remove from group, and submit a change request from this screen. We'll cover this in greater detail in a later slide. The summary box updates with the changes made when you click Save. Once you're done, click on the Save button to generate and print the invoice. Once you click Save, the Invoice PDF button appears on the screen. Click it to generate a PDF version of the invoice. Also note that invoice status has now changed from New Invoice to Pending. This is an example of an invoice. At this point, you have the option to save to your computer or print. When submitting your payment, only the last page of the invoice needs to be included. Attach a check that matches the amount in the Amount Due box and mail payment to the address provided under the Send Payment To section. Once your payment is received, our accounting department will send an email confirming the invoice number and amount processed. We've now covered the basic steps to generate and print an invoice. Let's look at a few additional options to edit your invoices and manage your groups. The system allows you to make changes to an invoice you have saved but not paid. To edit existing invoices, click on the Invoices tab to see all invoices saved in the system. Click the Edit button to the left of the invoice you want to modify. The Invoice Detail page for that particular invoice will appear. Remember, you can sort any column by double-clicking on that column. Make the necessary changes. For new or pending invoices, you can generate a PDF or save the changes. The invoice status will remain as pending. For processed invoices, the Save button is not an option. You can only create a PDF. Regardless of invoice status, at this point, you can print the invoice and send your payment. As discussed earlier, you have the option to request permanent changes to specific policies using the Change Request drop-down box. The type of changes you can make are remove a policy from the group. This change will permanently remove the policy from the group. When you select this option, the system will automatically prompt you to provide a mailing address for the payer of the policy. The Change Request column will display Remove from Group. Be sure to click on Save. We will send future bills directly to the address provided. To reinstate a terminated policy, simply select that option from the drop-down box. When this request comes through, we will review, and if all requirements are met, we'll reinstate the policy. And finally, you can permanently add a policy to the group. To add a policy to the invoice, simply enter the policy number in the box and click the Add Policy button. The policy added will automatically be checked, and the Change Request column will display Add to Group. Complete the Amount to Pay field. Once you click Save, the policy will be permanently added to the group. On the Invoice Detail page, the system will highlight any policy where the insured is about to age up and the premium is going to increase in the next 60 days. The policy will be highlighted in yellow. Use this information to start your process to adjust the payer's premium deductions. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to contact Monique Easley or Tamika Robinson. We hope this module gives you a good understanding of the group invoicing and reconciliation system and how to use it. Thank you for your time and your business.